Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about the secrets to making her chase after you. So this is a video for those guys that perhaps want women to pursue them more, and it's basically what they can do to adopt certain habits and behaviors so that more women are interested in them, so they can take a bit of a backseat and not put in as much effort. Okay, and maybe you've got to a point where you'd rather have women come to you. Which is fair enough. You know, it can be really tiresome when you feel like you're the one that's always putting in the effort trying to get women, and then nothing ever happens or manifests out of that, or you have very little success and maybe just only a few successes. So one of the things that is great to cultivate is an inner confidence, because one of the things that most women say about men that they're attracted to is that it's the confidence. Like, they like a guy who's got confidence. So if you have a lack of confidence, which is very likely, because a lot of people do grow up with not much confidence, usually from living in a household that wasn't that great. I had the same experience. It wasn't my parents. My parents were pretty good parents, but I had an older sibling who was kind of like a caregiver in a way, because this sibling was 9 years older than me. And basically that sibling made my life hell. You know, and I think about it rationally and think, well, if I had a sister or brother who was 9 years younger than me, then I would have been in a subject of care to that person. I would have probably took on a more maternal role, okay? But my older sibling, who was 9 years older than me, did not do that, mainly because of the way that their life had been. They got bullied quite a lot, so I empathize. As an adult, you can sort of see why people behaved the way that they did, and that's how I see that particular sibling of mine. Got bullied a lot, they had low self-esteem too. Basically, the whole hurt people sort of quote kind of matches basically what was going on there. But as a kid, you don't understand that, do you? But anyway, so I grew up with low self-esteem because that child made my life hell. Obviously they're no longer a child, but they were a child when I was a child. So anyway, they made my life hell, and because they made my life hell, I had really bad self-esteem issues. And because I grew up with low self-esteem issues, I thought, and this is what a lot of people feel when they've got not much confidence in themselves, that everybody is better than me. Everybody is superior than me. And what happens then is when you go into your romantic life and you want to start dating people, you want to start dating women, you are still coming from that place of, this woman's way better than me, I don't deserve her. And and because of that, and that lack of confidence, that lack of self-assuredness, prevents you from attracting and being attractive, because women like confidence. Women are more interested in men who are confident. But you can cultivate confidence. You can create confidence. I think confidence is very much one of those things that is a nurture thing. Okay. Now, maybe you didn't have the environment like what I did to nurture confidence. Okay, but you can now nurture it in front of yourself and basically heal your inner child. I guess you could say it's kind of like similar to that, right? So how can you build your confidence? Well, there's a quote by Dale Carnegie that I really like, and that is, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy. So action breeds confidence and courage. So this means taking action on your goals, taking action to take care of yourself, right? Eating nutritious meals, taking care of your body. If you want to gain self-respect, then treat yourself with respect, okay? Dress it nicely, shower regularly, take care of your hygiene, take care of what you eat, yeah? Try and be as healthy as you possibly can, and treat yourself like you're someone that you love very, very dearly. Okay, and if you do that, then you'll develop self-respect and confidence, especially if you're also taking action on your most important goals in life as well simultaneously. Okay, so if you're taking action, you're going to feel good about yourself. If you get yourself a to-do list every single day and you manage to do everything on your to-do list, you're going to feel phenomenal at the end of the day, right? So your to-do list might be go to work, go to the gym. It could be you work on, like a project of yours, okay, maybe that you've had in your mind for a long time that you'd really like to work on. So you do a little bit of that. You had a great day if you do all those things. If you set out a to-do list for yourself, that also sets you up to win. Don't make so many things, create a massive list of things, but you know, because you may not be able to do everything, but create a list that sets you up to win. Yeah, it stretches you past your comfort zone a little bit. Like, for example, going to the gym might be a bit of a, you know, an annoying thing to do when you know, maybe you're tired or something like that. But if you do it, you know, you're going to feel pretty good about yourself. So it stretches you just beyond the point of comfort. And again, if you've got a project as well that you really want to work on, that you've been thinking about for a long time, that may also stretch you past your comfort zone, again, especially if you're tired, but you're going to feel great after you've completed it and you finished it. Okay, so action breeds confidence and courage. That's and taking care of yourself. Now, of course, when I say about taking care of yourself, I feel like I always have to say this, especially if you have problems with your hygiene and things like that, and taking care of yourself, like doing basic things, basically, you know, like showering regularly, showering every day, brushing your teeth, that kind of thing. You know, those are things that you need to do consistently. Now, if you're struggling with doing those very, very basic things consistently, then it could be that you have a mental health problem. And even if you're unsure if you have a mental health condition, I highly recommend that you go and talk to your doctor anyway and just tell them what you've not been doing for yourself. Okay? Because more than likely it could be because you're experiencing like that. You're experiencing something like that. Now, if you're a man watching this video, which you probably are because of the title of this video, but if you ask for a male doctor, okay, if you know, you can do that, okay, because if you maybe like feel a bit insecure if you tell a woman these things, like a female doctor, ask for a male doctor, okay, if you don't want to talk to a woman about this. Of course, if you don't mind, then it doesn't matter, but if you feel like it would matter to you to talk to a guy instead of a woman, then do that. It may be the case that you may even have a doctor friend and you can just ask them for advice, you know. Depends on where you're at this stage in life. If you're young, you probably don't have any doctor friends, but if you're older, then maybe you do, and you can just tell them and they'll be able to let you know if something's going on there. I think there's also like surveys as well you can take, you know, like questionnaires to like check if you've got a mental health condition, but nothing replaces the advice from a doctor. And, you know, I'm just here on YouTube making coaching videos. I can't heal you, I can't diagnose you, but a doctor can. And if you are struggling with these basic things, then please go and talk to someone about it, you know, a medical professional, okay, just to see, because you might be fine, but just see. Okay, because it could be that you may need some counseling, or you may need something else to help you with that. And then when you do that consistently, then you'll probably start to feel a little bit better. But as well, though, you still have to save yourself to some degree. You still have to take action and put in the effort to try and do these things anyway. Because what you'll find is that the more you do something, like, for example, let's take the really worst examples of showering, right? If you do that consistently and you force yourself to do it, what you'll find is that, and you do that consistently, let's say for a week, okay? You wash yourself, you brush your teeth, you put deodorant on, basic things. Just do that for the first week. And then what you'll find is that you'll develop muscle memory, okay? So if you've done it a couple of times, it's more likely that you're going to do it again. Also the opposite is true. If the more you neglect doing those things, the more likely you're going to continue neglecting those things. So that's what I will say about that. You still do need to save yourself to some degree, but it might be that your mental health is so bad that you definitely need some sort of like medical intervention there from a medical professional. But I can't, you know, everyone who's watching this is going to be very different on different levels. It may be that you're completely fine and you're watching this. It could be that you're on the opposite end and you're really not fine at all. So if you're unsure, even if you're just unsure, just please go and speak to someone, okay? And I have to say that. Okay, so I'm sorry if that was a bit of a tangent, but I have to say that. Okay, so develop that inner confidence. So the next thing that I want to get into, the secrets to making her chase you, is self-respect and the ability to let go. So obviously we've developed a little bit of self-respect in this video by talking about taking care of yourself. That's, you know, respecting yourself is about doing things that showing to yourself that you're respecting yourself by taking care of yourself, by working on your important goals in life, the things that you want to do, not procrastinating, okay? But let's get into the other side of that, which is the ability to let go. So what this means is when you interact with a woman and you like her, and let's say for whatever reason she's pulling away from you, she's showing not much interest, or she's friend-zoned you, or she's flat out told you that she's not interested in you, you got to be able to let go, okay? You got to be able to let go of any woman who isn't showing enthusiasm for you, okay? So And if you develop that ability within you, women are going to sense that, okay? They're going to sense that, oh, if I go too far, if I mess him around too much, he's just going to go, okay? So what I mean by that is, if you can, let's say a woman is being flaky with you, right? Let's say she said she would meet up with you and then she flaked on you like an hour before the date. Don't interact with her again. Don't talk to her again. And even if you notice, she may not even ghosted you or flaked on you yet, but you can just tell that she's just not quite into you. Let her go. Let her go straight away. Only focus on those women who definitely show enthusiasm for you. And if you're unsure if she likes you, if you're unsure if she has enthusiasm for you, then it's likely that she doesn't, and you should not communicate with her and let her do most of the chasing and pursuing. Because it might be that once you show that strength of, I'm not going to be jerked around, I'm not going to be messed around, then she will get her act together and realize, oh, well, I can't play these games with him. I'm going to have to, like, you know, make an effort. I'm going to have to say to him, hey, how are you? What's up? I'm going to have to initiate the conversation because, you know, I jerked him around. I flaked on him and he's not messaged me again since that point. So I better do something if I want to keep him in my life. And I was interested, right? It could be as well that those women just, you know, they just fade away and you never hear from them again. But it doesn't matter because you're focusing your attention on women who are enthusiastic about you. Okay? And because you've got that energy and you're like, nah, all these other women who are just like showing no interest in me or not very much, I'm just gonna, yeah, whatever, trash. I'm going to focus on the woman who's interested in me. I'm going to focus on the woman who I really like and that woman who really likes me back, because there's something right about that. There's something good happening there. Okay. And if you haven't got a woman yet or found a woman or talking to women who are that interested in you, then you keep on searching for women who do display those behaviors. You keep on, you know, you keep your dating apps, you keep introducing yourself to women, you know, you keep talking to women, you keep going on basically until you find a woman who is enthusiastic about you, or a bunch of women who are enthusiastic about you, depending on the way that you want to live, okay? So that makes women chase you, okay? If they know that you've got that self-respect to not hang out with women who are half in and half out. You respect yourself so much that you're only going to hang out with women who are totally into you, okay? So the next point that I want to get into is to message women infrequently, because if you message them infrequently, then they're more likely then to have to put in the effort and message you. And there's a quote, and it goes, women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. And that was actually a study done. Okay, that's the name of a study called Women Are Attracted to Men Whose Feelings Are Unclear. And you can look it up. Just type in that in Google and the study will appear, right? So women want to chase. I mean, obviously not all women do, but most of them do. Women like to be in the chase, okay? So if you message her infrequently, then she will be unsure how you feel about her, especially if you're not verbally telling her how you feel, okay? So your main focus then is just to ask her out on a date, okay? And when you've arranged the date, there's no need to message anymore because you've made concrete plans. You don't need to text her again. You've made the plans. You've arranged to meet up. Great, okay? See you then, right? You don't need to message her anymore, okay? Because you've got a date lined up. So if she wants to talk to you, then she's going to have to message you first. Okay, so just like what Corey Wayne says, just use the phone and texting and messaging apps and all that for arranging things. Don't use it for chit-chatting and stuff. Okay, that's what you do with your friends. You chit-chat with your friends. Okay, if she wants to chit-chat with you, then she has to be the one to reach out to you. Okay, so that's what I mean by messaging frequently. I don't say never message, but when you do message, make sure it's to do with meeting up. Okay, and making plans to meet up, and then just don't do any more messaging unless it has to do with that. Okay, so message infrequently, and that will cause her to reach out to you. And again, another quote by Corey Wayne is that when a woman reaches out to you, assume it means that she wants to see you. So when she starts messaging you, realize that, oh, she's messaging me because she wants to see me. She wants my attention, right? She reached out to me, so she wants my attention. That's really cool, right? Great, I'll you reply to her then, of course, Or if you haven't arranged a date yet, then if she reaches out to you, then arrange the date in that conversation when she initiates it. Okay? But that's all you need to do. And also when you're on a date, just focus on having a great time. Just focusing on, being silly, goofy, just having a great fun experience together, and just enjoy being in the presence of another human being and getting her to laugh and smile and just enjoy yourself. Don't focus on love and romance, right? Just focus on having a great time and on having a blast, okay? So you can remain with your feelings unclear, okay? And you'll know when she is ready to talk about feelings and love, because she'll bring it up. She'll say, oh, I really like you, or, what are we, and all these kinds of things. That she'll bring it up when she's ready, I promise, okay? But from the meantime, before she starts saying those things, just focus on having a great time and having a fun experience together. And that's all you really need to do. Just have a great time. Just get her to laugh, and it's really good if you get to laugh too and have a great time. Obviously, if you meet a woman who doesn't make you laugh and you can't really have a great time with her because you're not on the same wavelength, then it's probably a good idea to not talk to that woman anymore. Okay, because if you're not on the same wavelength, it's not going to be a very fun relationship. Okay, so you want to really ideally find a woman who just straight away you just get on like a house on fire, and you're just being silly, just having a great time, you're just having so much fun. That's the best place to be, and that's the kind of relationship that I want for you, okay? So thank you so much for watching. These are the secrets to making her chase you. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then go to www.christineloveridge.com and click on whichever coaching option works best for you. But if you'd rather coach yourself and maybe you don't have the means to purchase coaching with me, then you can go and read my book, Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams, completely for free, so you can coach yourself, okay? And you can also read this completely for free on my website, which is the same website where you can get coaching from, www.christineloveridge.com. Link for it is in the description. And all you need to do is just go on the menu on the website, click on the book, and it'll take you straight there to the PDF reader. You don't need to log into the website. You don't need to sign up for anything. It's just there for you to read completely for free on the website, because I know how crappy the economy is right now. And of course, as well, you can also support me by watching the next video. If you'd rather, make sure you watch all the ads and all that kind of stuff. If you're wondering how you can support me, leave a nice comment. And if you happen to buy the physical copy or the Kindle version of this book, leave a nice review. That'll be really nice, and another way that you can support me without having to pay loads of money to purchase coaching from me or anything like that, okay? So thank you so much, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.